because a lot of men are scared to be men right now in America.
And I know we're getting to the end of this conversation.
Yes.
But I just want to just open that up a little bit to understand what you mean by like men are afraid of being men in America. Like, what does that mean?
There's a lot of different personalities that men have, right? And there's some that because of the oppression of women for the however long it has transpired.
Certainly the history of this country.
The history of this country, right? And probably the world, but let's just speak here.
Yeah, just here.
So like a man would be like, I don't feel like a woman is equal to me.
Mm-hmm.
He can get chastised and canceled and blackballed out of brands and sponsorships and a bunch of different opportunities. There's men that could simply, right? Because I can only speak from when I was growing up. All of that shit was like not a thing. So if I'd say there's 3 decades of my 31 years of existence where this is the truth, my truth, right? And societal's truth at that time period that I've brought with me, now I can't even express that without potentially losing my job, my career. So like I can't even be what I really am safely, you know what I'm saying? Without consequence.
So okay, so that's the thing. The world evolves around cause and effect.
Mm-hmm.
What is it inertia? It's like you push, pull, some shit like that. I don't really remember.
I know that word.
Is it inertia? The law of inertia? Something like that.
I can't.
But
I know that word.
This is the thing. There should I don't even understand why anyone would believe that there is a space where they can say and do anything without consequence.
That part.
So, and I'm saying, and I'm saying that because I am a person who it took me a long time to figure out when to shut the fuck up.
Mm-hmm.
You learned?
I'm about to say.
Oh, shit.
Well, no, because yeah, absolutely. And I know people gonna say whatever, but you don't know my life.
She's come far.
Yeah.
It's not about where you are. It's about how far you've come.
And the thing is that it served me well because sometimes it just makes sense to like not deal with the consequences of actions that you can avoid. You understand what I'm saying?
But
I also
let me
I
add
bet.
this.
okay.
I
Sorry.
bet.
Let me-
I just. So the whole point that I'm trying to make is that I don't think that there should ever be a situation where a man or a woman can feel that they can say or do anything that doesn't come with a consequence. Like you got to be kind of out your fucking mind to think that you can just maybe 20 years ago, I don't know, 40 years ago, you could say, oh, the women. But the thing is that like back then, you were in a different time, you know, and it was still wrong that you didn't deal with the consequences of your actions. So now we're at a point where you are actually being held account. You're held to account for your actions, for the things that you say and that you do. So I'm actually not to say that I'm like for cancel culture, but I feel like people just feel like they could just walk around and say and do anything, but you can't, because the thing is that, you know, Mike Tyson said, he said, you ain't gonna be talking that shit to somebody when they punch you in your fucking mouth. You know?
And that's fair. That's fair.
But that's the world. Like,
but it's not though, because the consequences have changed.
Exactly.
So, but like
Rico,
so like,
that you're
but
literally making my point.
No, but the point is this. So let's say if I was already dealing with the consequence, but now the consequences are getting more and more severe. Now you're taking away from the identity of. Yes, you are.
Or you could just learn.
But the thing
Thank
is,
you.
learn to do what? What are you learning to do?
Learn to either like
learn to either not to
shut your
offend people
mouth.
or say to yourself that your parents said to you when you were younger, if you got nothing nice to say, don't
Shut
say
the fuck
shit.
up.
Shit
Maybe
out.
your parents didn't say that to you. But what I'm saying is, ultimately,
But even if they didn't say that, like obviously you know that making a comment like that is going to be offensive to some people.
The thing is, people don't have the capacity to understand the entire conversation. So,
what do you mean?
Like when they hone in on one part of the conversation that we're talking about, and it becomes
just
that.
neglect.
Well, but see, but I think a lot of people do. Like they'll play a soundbite, and then you have a lot of people that be like, "Well, I want to know what the fuck what else he said.
But a lot
What's
of
the
people don't.
context?
A lot
No,
more
no.
people don't than they
No,
do.
no, no, I agree. But I think you do have a lot of people that will question, like, okay, what's
Even if so, let's just keep it as is, right?
hey, I'm sorry. Like,
I just
you
don't
can't
think
just
that-
be walking around saying and doing what the fuck you
And I
want to say
agree.
without
They
consequence.
They have a whole new shout out to Big Jaw. He just dropped something that I actually had an idea to do a long time ago. Where you
he
can,
stole your shit?
no, because I never told him, so he
Oh.
just thought of it too. He's an influencer as well. Basically, instead of OnlyFans, he has something called Only Hands. I believe that's what the shirt said. And if you have like something that you wanted to say with somebody, I can settle it out with your hands. Like pull up, like I can organize it. That's a consequence.
That's dope.
I'm cool with.
That's
But
dope.
to say, hey, look, you're about to lose $30 million, that's not a consequence that I'm cool with, because just like how you said not too long ago, I'd rather know who's a racist than be a racist behind closed doors.
Mm-hmm.
Show me who you are. But you don't allow people to show you who they are when the consequences are so severe it can affect the way that they live.
But we're
Wait,
also
but
we're also in a different time, is what she's saying. In the 60s, 70s, yes, but you have to adapt to the time that we're in. If you want to be a businessman, right, you're not going to say, "Hey, buy my hundo shades," but I only support
X, Y, and Z.
X, Y, and Z.
Right.
Why would you do that?
What do you
That's just
mean?
common
I kind of
sense.
did it though.
That was dumb.
No, it's not, because the thing is,
Wait, no, what did you do? I want to know.
so I mean, I have a whole bunch of clips over the last 6 years.
Did you exclude any community saying don't buy this?
No, I never said don't buy it. But if I told you that I'm aligned with certain communities or ideologies, and that's something that you're heavily against, you may not be with the product. Because the thing is this:
Or did you offend them?
some people, some people don't actually like me, right?
Yes.
Like,
No.
They
But
never-
did
they
you
never
did you
met me.
outright say don't buy my shit because I don't like?
No, I never told them not
There you
to
go.
buy it. But what I'm saying is I disregarded certain people who do believe certain ideologies. So
Yeah, you have that right, but you don't have the right, or you do have the right, but you just shouldn't say hurtful shit to people.
well, I'm not saying be hurtful. That's not what I'm saying.
See that, and that's the thing.
Don't be
Everything,
prejudiced.
no, it's not even about that.
No.
It's about
If I'm saying, yo, fuck it, yo, fuck bitches, get money. Let's just say I said that,
Ooh.
right?
But then you have people who won't align with that, and you
But
deal with the consequences.
But what I'm saying is, fuck bitches, get money is not going to stop my business, right? But nowadays, it could turn into a he hates women, cancel culture.
But why? But why? Why would, in my opinion, why would you not assume that would be a possible consequence of your actions?
No, it's not about. Let's say women. Let's just say whatever women that felt offended by that,
Mhm.
right? Let's say they just stopped. Okay, they're like, oh, we're not going to support your business no more. That's
Mhm.
fine, but it goes bigger than just them. Is my point.
And so that's actually what he's saying, and which is what I said initially. It's like, at the end of the day, you have to be cognizant of what you do and what you say
And the effects of it.
and the effects of it. So, and the thing is that if you don't give a fuck about being canceled or striking a deal or like, then do what you want to do. But you can't do and say what you want to do, and it affects certain groups, and then you have a problem with how they react. So the fact that you think you can keep doing something and things around you change and you want to keep doing it, you either have to move with the current, or you stay where you are and do what the fuck you want to do, and you do it with the consequences. That's the difference, because keep in mind, like a company, something changed for them, so they have to downsize. And they're going to terminate you, just like YouTube is terminating monetization for certain people. It is what it is. So it's either you get on the fucking boat or like
Every time I move,
it's either you get with the plan or you get left behind. And the things that so this is the thing. I actually understand what you're saying, but you also have to be able to shift with the wave, like how things are moving. You can't, like, you just think I'm like some Jim Crow nigga from like the 60s. I'm like, fuck these niggas, blah, blah, niggers, sorry, blah, blah, blah. You know, like, you can't take that to the 80s, 90s, 2000s, 2010s, 20s, whatever, because the times have changed. Either you gonna stay there and deal with the consequences of being a 60s racist bigot or whatever in the 60s and take that into these other times, and you have to deal with that or just like move the fuck on and go with the flow.
Majority of them are not going to be real because they're not willing to pay the price. I done said this on the 17 episodes, Alan. 17. So it doesn't matter. Like if you are, and we had a conversation about Kai Cenat. I will never be a Kai Cenat. You know why? I'm too real to be a Kai Cenat. I'm too real to put on and entertain people and do things that I don't want to fucking do. That's the difference.
Stuff he doesn't want to do?
Is he gonna make more money than me? Right
don't know.
now, he is shitting on me. Right? Listen, I don't know what the next 20 years look. Yeah. And it's the diarrhea. He's listening. I'm here. That nigga's right there. But over time, it can still be the same way, right? And over time, it can still be the same. I don't know what the future holds, but what I will say is I will never do that for entertainment. I don't give a fuck about entertainment that much to be a puppet. So even I don't give a fuck about entertainment that much for them to tell me that I can't say, what the fuck do you bring to a table? I don't care about it because I'm going to be what I'm going to. If I have to say, fuck it.
I think that's fair.
I'm going to go work at McDonald's so I can at least have my sanity of my identity. I will go work at McDonald's comfortably if that's going to cost me who I am.
I'm going to own the franchise. Sorry.
Well, I'll try that too. But sometimes they kick you the fuck up out of there too. Like, yo, this nigga's application for a loan, swipe it. Like, you know what I'm saying? But what I'm saying is for me, I'm willing to pay the price to be me. And that's the difference between 90% of people and the other 10%.
That's a big deal.
You know what I'm saying?
That's a big deal.
A lot of people do things for money. I could have, listen, I tell you opportunities that I had, I would probably never.
I agree.
I'd have been somewhere in some.
I agree.
Finish the sentence.
You know you get what I'm saying? Rome knows.
Sentence, my
I could have been. Listen, I'm
I
not.
don't know,
gonna
but
do
we
it,
close to the.
You know what I'm saying? Anyways, what I'm saying is I decided, and there was times where you get challenged. You get challenged where you're going to say, okay, do I want to do this for the money or do I want to keep myself because this is who I am? And a lot of opportunities that come to your life is going to make you pick one.